Hi, my name is Denton Jackson. I'm a lineman from Mississippi. I've come up with a new method and another company to protect linemen and make our job a little safer. Also, I have written down some OSHA regulations in which this makes you OSHA compliant. Without doing this, we're in OSHA violations, checking voltage at the top of the transformers here and here with your head and potential contacts. And, the regulations, if you'd like to look them up yourself, are 1910-269A1, A21, A211C, A211D, A24B, L21, L2.2, L3.1, L4, L10, table reference R6, R10, Q3, 6B, Q313, and P43A. I encourage you to look at these regulations yourself. There may be things you can learn. I'll read through them. There's things I'm learning as I read through the OSHA regulations. These regulations are for our safety and protecting us, and a lot of these regulations were put in from accidents to help prevent accidents. And that's one reason we want to push and stress these regulations. And we'll give you a little demonstrations of how this will help you stay OSHA compliance with your cover up and for the linemen in the field without having to use possibly two German or using two German linemen also. Okay, you cut just. Also, with products for contact potentials, just want to make sure that everybody's aware. I seem to get questions asked this about cover up and what people think is potential cover up and what's not. This is an animal guard. It is not a pole guard. It's only for animal protection. This right here is a squirrel guard for going over the top bushing of the transformer. It is not insulated and rated for electrical contact, so you cannot consider this as a non-insulating device. You always have to consider this part as part of the energized top of the transformer. Okay. All right, here's where we want to demonstrate for the checking of voltage, stinger wires, and where you position it. If you have any questions, you may call an OSHA representative and ask them or discuss it with them about staying in compliance with OSHA. Because with this new process, this eliminates, it shows how to cover this, which makes this, keeps you OSHA compliant. And with this new process, if you're not doing it, it possibly could be considered as a willful OSHA violation for you with an accident, and that's very costly to the employees, the companies, and the families. And that's why we want to stress this new way of doing it to prevent accidents and make our job safer. Some people interpret these rules as when you're checking voltage here on the secondary, if you've got your voltmeter and you're checking here and you got your rubber gloves on, that's partially correct. Where you're in violation is the top of your head and the top of the stinger, and if you're close to here, then this needs to be covered. I have built the blanket hooks from electrical materials that's built in them, and we'll show you here in a minute how to put them on with a shotgun stick. You don't have to get around it, but if you only have one man, you can do this with the blanket hooks in the small 22-inch by 22-inch blanket. Anybody's hot clothespins and a shotgun stick, and you can be compliant for just a little bit of money and make your job safer. But if you have your gloves on, you're close to there, but you just need to have this extra protection just in case, because you never know what can happen to you when you're working on the power lines. Here we're going to demonstrate. These are the blankets that we're using to cover this with now. Like I said, it is a 22 by 22 blanket. All of your blanket manufacturers pretty well make this. This is a hot clothespin. What you'll want to do is come down about 5 to 6 inches on the blanket like this, secure it in all the way into the clothespin. These are the blanket hooks. You'll just fold it down. These can latch under and it locks it onto the clothespin. And you've secured it like this. And then you can take a shotgun. This time we'll show how you can put it on by hand if you've got two journeymen and you need to go hands-on with equipment. Lineman can come in like this. Cover up. Gives you extra protection just in case anything happens here. You slip in the bucket, your head comes over. Possibly you just got your gloves, not sleeves. You make contact with the transformer. This can save your life. Very important. Great way to cover up. You can add other blankets on here too, but we'll give you a demonstration of how it works with shotgun stick and how one man can be compliant with this also. Also, here we want to show another type of hot clothespin with the straight blanket hooks. They work pretty well the same way. You can do the same thing, come in, secure them on here, go on the straight blanket hooks, push them all the way, secure them on well. Come on here, we can fold this lip down just a little bit, and you secure it on here. When you start coming on your stingers, you just start, then open the clamps up and secure it onto the wire. And I said this is what we call a hot clothespin, and it's a great way for cover up. Also, we'll be showing a demonstration of how you can use them on the phases, and you don't have to have hard covers. It's a lot of good ways to be putting cover on, especially over insulators and things like that, which some hard covers are a little difficult. And hard covers are very expensive and take up a lot of room on the truck, and you can put a lot of little blankets on your truck without much trouble. Okay. We'll be demonstrating using the hot clothespin. Serviceman will take his shotgun stick and the blankets. You'll just need to kind of wiggle it over your stingers and push it down on the stingers. Open the sticks up. Release your stick. And when the serviceman comes in here, staying as low as he possibly can to check voltage on the transformer, he is OSHA compliant. Also, if he needs to stack another one on the switch, he can do that. We can give you a demonstration also of what that'll do. You come in here, put this on the bottom of the switch. Even giving you a little extra cover, different ways to position this, gives you some great excellent cover. Insulator. Secure your clothespin good to the phase. Adjust it as you need to. You want to add another one. Come in here, you can overlap them. Get it on the wire, just kind of push down, contact the wire, let off. It works pretty good. You can also use another regular hot clothespin to put on the back side if you think you need a little more extra pinning. Works well. Here we can show how these works on underground primary elbows and transformers, things like that if you want to cover them. Just kind of wiggle it over. Kind of set it down, it covers your bushings and all, gives you cover on that. Great way to work that too. Okay, you can hold it. This is the blanket hooks and hot clothespins. It's a new method to do this with. A little practice, take a little bit of training and trying out, but it won't take much to get this going. It can be a real big help to us in the field. If anybody has any questions, I said this is an electrical material products. You can contact them and look on their website. It's there. Also, if you need to, I can be contacted. You can email me at dljackson, the number 3 at yahoo.com, and I can answer any questions for you. Thank you.